Yes, Marshall Andy. Exactly. I assume when he hops on, the camera will be reversed. Although I have done that a time or three, so there we go. Marshall Andy. I should do one of these. Hey man, how are you?
How you doing?
Good.
Can you hear me
We
okay?
Yep.
Okay,
Uh,
good.
one of my buddies was just commenting. We have a local personality named Marshall Andy who dresses up like, and he's like 95. I was like, that would be funny doing one of these with a 95-year-old. He'd be like, can you see me? Can you see me?
Yeah, man. How are you? Been good?
Good, good. This morning,
Good,
it's
good.
it keeps going back and forth between being rainy and nasty, and it's sunny now. So
Yeah, yeah,
hopefully that'll keep with it today.
yeah, yeah.
How are you doing?
Man, I'm good. I'm still kind of waking up. I haven't had coffee yet. So I had like a Zoom meeting this morning and or no, Google Hangout, whatever. They all running together now, but
Yeah, yeah.
um and so I had to get straight to that. So I'll get
Yeah.
coffee after this. But I'm maintaining, man. I'm
Okay,
maintaining.
good to hear.
Yeah, yeah.
So for anybody watching, why don't you tell a little bit about what you do for a living?
Yeah, man, I do a lot. I run a studio called Artfluential, um, where I do branding and design strategy. That's kind of my day job. I'm also a co-founder of a conference called Creative Control Fest, which is a conference that centers Black creatives and those who support Black creatives. And so in that regard, like Black creatives and creatives of color,
Hmm.
and those who are in community with us. So in a nutshell, keeping it short, that's what I do. You know, heavy in the community, co-founded Creative Control Fest, and then I'm a founding member of Maroon Arts Group, and then teach workshops, create, man.
You're like me. You're like me. Your calendar is just stacked from talking a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah, yeah. Mostly, dealing with clients
Yeah,
and trying to keep the bills paid, but in there, I
yeah,
try to get a little creativity for myself
yeah.
and empower some other folk at the same time.
So in these times, are you remaining creative,
Ah,
or is
man,
it a
I've
struggle?
it's definitely a struggle. Uh, I see all these people I know
Yeah.
coming on. What's up, y'all? Um, yeah, man, I try to insert creativity in everything I do. So, I haven't, I've been trying to sketch more. I haven't been able to do much of that, at least on the iPad, every, doodle. Been reading, um, but we got a small crib, man, so it ain't much space,
Yeah.
in here. But um, I try to find it where I can, man, you
Okay.
know. Yeah.
Uh, so you're talking about you're still doing day-to-day work for clients during this. Have you
Yeah.
had any jobs like put on pause or be put on hold for now?
Yeah, somewhat. I've been fortunate to have projects that were kind of already in the pipeline that were already sort of budgeted. And then I had a couple projects that were like ending like right when this hit, so I was able to, you
Good.
know, get some payment from that. The
Yeah.
future, is
Yeah.
is uncertain, but I'm confident, man. I've been down before.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, one of my clients is Columbus City Schools Office of Student Mentoring Initiatives, and of course, with Columbus City Schools being now, some of the work we do is like, mentor recruitment and helping them kind of
Okay.
come up with messaging and campaigns for that. And so that was kind of put on hold, and that was, a major
Yeah.
client. But I'm still in contact. Like, there's still we're trying to figure some stuff out and a way to engage
Yeah.
mentors and students while all this is going on. But other than that, man, kind of my main streams have been pretty consistent. So
Okay.
yeah.
I've it's interesting that a lot of the graphic design projects or art projects I had got put on hold. But
Mm.
recently I've gotten more of an uptick in like the social media side,
Oh
to where
wow.
like we
Okay.
need more content for social media, or now is the
Yeah,
time where we'll take it seriously finally.
that's
Uh,
awesome. Yeah.
and one of them, I'm helping a nonprofit. They're battling with Facebook just to get like recognized as a nonprofit on Instagram. So I'm trying to
Yeah.
figure out a way. I was like, good Lord. I was like, okay, that's some
Yeah.
technical mumbo jumbo that I do not understand. That's something be up above my pay grade to
Yeah,
get.
man. It's interesting. I kind of got this mindset of creative practitioners, designers will
Yeah,
become more necessary if they're equipped to do this work, in freelance or
right.
build, because people will need those digital
Yeah,
assets more. So you lead with the social media,
yeah,
and that's kind of like the strategy side and helping them figure that out. But then once they get that, they're going to need graphics. They're going to need
yeah,
um, assets that they'll need to use for social media. So
right. Uh,
um, I'm kind of being optimistic about that in that regard, and helping people kind of be more than a designer for them, and try to
yeah,
really be an asset in terms of strategy, and helping them think through like the process. And then the asset is just more like,
yeah,
hey, this is the result, this is the product, this is the production side, but that's just a small
yeah.
part of what you really need.
And I think sometimes now it's getting them to understand that now may be the best time to work on it,
Right.
because it's like you're not having to worry about the minutia of day to day. Like,
Facts.
no, we can actually figure out. We have the time now to set up strategy and
Yeah.
implementation. Yeah. Uh, are there any passion projects you're working on, or are you staying pretty much busy to where passion projects are having to take go to the bag?
Man, that's a good question. Man, I got passion projects for days.
Okay.
That's part of my problem.
I, do I see one up here?
The creatives. This is my partner Corey. He makes
It's
these, and I
that's
got the
Corey.
I got the
Yeah.
t-shirts. Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, everybody think it's both. Everybody think it's me or him. So we just both just like, yeah.
I,
But it
I bought a
is.
hat from one of your wives. That's all.
Right,
That's
right.
all I
It's all family, it's all love, man. It's a movement. So, that's how we
yeah.
we kind of look at it. But yeah, man, originally I got into well, one of the passion projects is my Black and Creative is AF campaign.
Yeah.
And that's really a creative outlet for me. And I'm really having fun with that because it gets to, I get to share like, thoughts on my mind. And I started like a newsletter, podcast-ish type thing on Substack. I haven't
Yeah.
really been able to do the podcast part, but I have been doing a little writing on that
Okay.
piece. So if anybody's listening, go ahead and subscribe and
Yeah.
shut up and create at Substack, or just go to the link in my bio.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, Corey got hats. We're gonna be selling them again, so I'll make sure I remind him. Somebody asked about a hat,
Yeah.
and then I'm opening up my shop soon for some more creative
Okay.
hustle harder and things like that. So yeah, man. Some of the things I did want to do is like, I had this idea at the beginning of the year to do like a creative accelerator, um, for creatives of color who are trying to like figure this thing out.
Right.
And life kind of got in the way, um, and slowed me down a bit. And then I also was on the verge of starting this event called Pitch Black, which would really be a gateway into some other things I wanted to do for like small and minority owned businesses around branding. But Pitch Black
Yeah.
would be like a pinch event, where the winner gets the pot, and it's kind of a carry on of an
Okay.
event here, called Columbus Soup, um, but
Okay.
but focused on projects and businesses, of like Black and Brown, founders and owners. So
Yeah.
a lot of things were on the table. A lot of things still are on the table. But what I've primarily been doing, man, is just kind of trying to use this time to kind of, I haven't had a completed website in forever, man. I just got a good name with clients, and got good, word of mouth relationships. So I've been fortunate to kind of coast on that, and sustain. But I'm realizing and taking this time to kind of really, internally and get introspective about the stuff I got going on. So
Yeah.
actually trying to finish my site and actually trying to, you know, work on my stuff and get some stuff streamlined internally.
I used this term for a younger person. They didn't understand it. I said the cobbler's kids have no shoes, or the what is it? The
Thank you.
contractor's house is always in disarray. I was like, yeah, that's
Yeah,
every one of us. Like, let me
yeah.
see if I can find. I don't have business cards. I'm sorry, I don't.
Yeah, same, man. My insurance lady, every time I see her, we do this workshop at a theater here, at the Lincoln Theater here, and every time I see her, she's like, "Where's your cards? Give me
Yeah.
some cards so I can hand some out for me." My wife probably has more business cards of mine than I do. So,
For me, it's I hate photos of myself, so I don't have a professional portrait. And my best friend is a portrait artist, and I'm just like,
man,
yeah, I don't. I got this goofy photo of me at an event, and they're like, no, you need a real photo. It's like, no, no, don't
you
want it.
got that lavish beard, man. You,
I
you
know.
need to go ahead and put it
Thank
on
you.
put it on display, man.
I told him I want to get one from like over here, like the
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
300 thing going on.
yeah. I love it. I love
Uh,
it.
so in this time, are you staying pretty positive about things?
Yeah, yeah. And, I'm artist, man. I enjoy my solitude, but I also enjoy community and engagement and um, being with family and friends. So that's been really difficult. I do have a son um, who lives in Cleveland, and this is kind of uh, put a pause in my cadence of going to
Yeah,
Cleveland and seeing my parents and spending time with him.
yeah,
We got some nieces that are young that we, love to hang out with, and so we haven't been able to spend as much face-to-face time
yeah,
with them. So that's been the most difficult part. But the fact that we have technology um,
yeah.
that we do, and we can communicate and have some level of presence with like FaceTime and things like that,
Right.
uh, it's not as bad as I think it would have been if this happened maybe even 10 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, um, I think we're blessed and fortunate to have the tools that we do and to keep
That's
in
what's
contact. It's not a replacement for
no, no.
contact, but like it definitely helps kind of soothe that. And then I'm, pray and meditate.
Yeah.
Um, and
Are you, are you getting out of the house though?
a little bit, man. I got a dog. He's sitting right here next to me. Um, and so I got to take him out every day. And so a couple of days a week, we just take
Okay.
longer walks, especially if the weather is nice.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, the other day I pulled out my bike and tried to ride a bit. I don't know what
Nice.
I was thinking. Uh, I was
You're like,
hurting.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that muscle could hurt. What's
Right,
wrong?
right.
Where'd that muscle come from? Oh man, I've been doing a social distance walk with friends, to
Oh,
where
that's
I
dope.
walk in the street. We go to like a neighborhood and walk in
Yeah,
the street. They walk on the sidewalk and just talk over cars the entire time. And
that's
that's
hilarious.
helped with sanity. Just to be able to,
Yeah,
like what you're saying, to connect and see
yeah,
somebody. It's
yeah,
really
yeah.
helped. But
Yeah, we got a number of friends that stay like in the neighborhood, um, and so like we somebody said I'm getting old. My guy Eric.
oh man,
I did. I was like the first batch of quarantine birthdays in March, so I
oh man,
turned 37. But yeah, so we'll do like walk-bys, on our friends' houses or drive
yeah,
by, have conversations from the porch. So, man, try to stay in community as much as
yeah,
possible.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's what we gotta do.
right,
Uh,
right.
all right, so we'll end on homework. So, did you
Ah,
watch that video I sent you?
I did, man. I
Uh,
did.
for anybody watching, I do homework where I find stuff I think is creative on like YouTube, and I
Hmm.
share it, and then we'll talk about it. So this one is hashtag What's There. It's a
Yeah,
60-second commercial for Team Canada Sochi 2014.
yeah.
And what do you think about it when you first watched it?
Man, I'll be honest. When I first saw it, I was like, man, what is this? You know what I'm saying? Because like
Yeah.
the screen, the actual visual of the screen was really slim, so it was really
Yeah.
hard to kind of tell what was going on.
And it's kind
And
of
then
zoomed in on the
it's
people.
it's it's really zoomed in, and so the
Yeah.
visual is really jarring. So like your eye is kind of trying to figure it out for a long time. But as you keep watching it, the screen, of course,
Yeah.
grows and widens, and like that's when it started getting interesting because it's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, this is a gradual. It's high impact, very very fast, but like the contrast of the widening of the
Yeah.
lens really adds an interesting element. So,
Yeah.
and then like of course when you find out like at the end that these are like I won't even say disabled. I don't even know how to
It was an ad for the Paralympics.
Paralympics.
I had to
Yes,
look it up. The
yeah,
Paralympics. It was
that was dope, man. Because
yeah.
like the speed is like, man, this is full on
Yeah.
like contact sports, and
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
But then you realize these people have missing limbs,
Yeah.
or they aren't at full capacity in terms of all of their body parts. So, and that made it just that much more amazing, man. And I thought it was
It,
powerful by the end.
it's
So if you
a
get a chance to, people watching, check it out.
Yeah, it's an amazing ad, and I can't even remember how I saw it the first time, but it was almost like I think it was like an article, but it didn't tell you what the reveal was. It was like,
Gotcha.
just watch this. It's a powerful ad, and I
Yeah.
watched it. I was like, okay, this looks like Winter Olympics. I don't understand. And
Yeah.
then you get to the end, and you're like, oh, good Lord, it's
Yeah.
somebody
Yeah.
skating on one skate, going like 90 miles an hour. Like
I see my
it's
son just joined in.
oh, oh,
Mario, you
hold
missed
on,
the
Mario.
whole thing.
Uh, but it's just
Yeah.
like full on 90 miles an hour, and it's just like, oh my god, like
Yeah.
it hits you, and then it goes away, and then it's done. Like
It's dope, man. I enjoy good ads.
yeah,
It's so many bad um, ad campaigns out there, and so that one was like a breath of fresh air, and it's an old one. So
yeah,
when something
yeah,
like that comes through, like I pay attention.
yeah.
You know,
Well, happy
yeah.
to share.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I'm gonna share
All
it
right.
too.
Well, thank you for doing this. Stay safe, stay creative, keep killing it up there, man.
I appreciate it, man. You too.
All right. Thanks.
Peace.